Hey, we back in here. What up, people? It's your boy Goods, XY. Big Zay. We back in the building, man. Listen, we gonna talk about Uncle Shay Shay, man. Shannon Sharpe, man. Shannon Sharpe is back in the news cycle. I mean, I don't think he ever left, but he back in the news cycle because he is now being accused of something even crazier. Now we already know he was accused of talking to this young chick who is 20 now. They claim at the time she was 19 when he started talking to her. If you don't know, Shannon is in his 50s. In his 50s. Which is crazy. And this is why the people are looking at it the way that they're looking at it. Because, bro, you got no business talking to a 19-year-old when you in your 50s, dog. Like, she's old enough to be your granddaughter at that point, man. I'm just saying, man. A little crazy. But there's a lot of people with mixed reactions. Some people are looking at it and saying, you can't tell the man who to date. If she legal, she legal. That's weird. I just think it's crazy. It's a super crazy gap. And there's far better things that you could do, dog. You could be doing a whole lot of other things. This ain't one of them. And obviously, Shannon Sharpe has been learning a lesson of why you shouldn't be in this type of situation, because at this point, you going through a whole lot of shit. You were supposed to have what I think he had, like a contract renegotiation or whatever. And now you in the middle of this mess over a 19-year-old. You should have known that this was going to be a young-minded situation, bro. It just is what it is. But now we got some new shit because we got this one coming. Shannon Sharpe's RAPE accuser details an alleged incident where she claims Shannon assaulted her after she told him no. Now, here's what I'm gonna say, man. Behave yourself, bro. I already know what y'all doing online, bro. I seen y'all. I synced it. I already know what y'all doing. Y'all judging this shit. Y'all looking at her and y'all saying, ain't no way he did this. Y'all need to chill. Like, seriously, y'all need to chill. Because y'all judging this from the way that it looks, and y'all need to chill. It ain't right, man. Look, we gonna hear what she gotta say. Don't judge the book by its cover.
Don't book the cover. Book, don't do it. Just don't do it.
We're going to give her a chance and we're going to hear what she got to say. Actually, we're going to hear her story in full.
It was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And
so this says Shannon Sharpe's ex. It doesn't say somebody he was messing with or anything. This is Michelle Evans, Shannon Sharpe's ex. Now, before y'all judge, I need y'all to understand. Shannon Sharpe is 50-something years old. So they could have been dating when Shannon Sharpe was a lot younger. She probably looked a whole lot different and younger back then. So do I think that is far-fetched that Shannon Sharpe was messing with her? No, because this doesn't say anything for how she probably looked back then, right? So let's just keep it at that.
He was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand.
Says Shannon Sharpe's ex, Michelle Evans, sued him in 2023, claiming he RAPED her during their relationship. The suit came to light again last month after Sharpe was sued for $50 million by a woman who also claimed he did that to her. Sharpe has denied all claims in both lawsuits.
We met in actually the press room.
Oh, see what I mean? There you go. I'm telling y'all, look. This is Shannon Sharpe around that time. This is her around that time. Do y'all think it's far-fetched now? You know what I mean? It is what it is. People age. It happens. Shannon Sharpe don't look the same way he did at this age to now, but here we are. So when y'all be seeing photos and y'all be sitting there trying to judge people, oh, yo, there's no way. Ain't no way he did that. He did it. I'm sorry to tell you. He did that shit, bro. So, listen, man, Shannon Sharpe did what he had to do, and this is where he at, paying for it years later, dog.
But we didn't start talking until we met up at a club at Blue 67 in Denver. I don't know if anyone is listening from Denver, but yeah, we were at a club at the same time. We didn't go together. We just happened to both be there. And so he started talking to me, and he started pursuing me pretty heavily from then on. I resisted for a while because I was a reporter, and I didn't want to mix the two. But he's very charming.
Yeah, I hear that. Viewers may find the detailed content of the rest of the interview triggering or disturbing. So, yeah, hang on over there.
And we dated until the 2010 incident, and then it came to abrupt end. We were arguing, and he was threatening me and stuff like that after, but I didn't see him again after he raped me.
So what led up to that fight, that 2010 fight that you guys? I know that the argument ensued first before he allegedly raped you.
The argument was about the fact that he had removed one girl from his house and put another girl in his house and didn't tell me.
Nigga, Uncle Shay Shay was on some other shit, bro. This nigga was moving chicks in and out the crib, bro. In and out the crib. That's what he was doing. He was out here living, doing all this shit, man. It's like, damn, this is what you was doing, Uncle Shay Shay? Moving bitches in and out the crib. You go, you come in. That's crazy.
And he had asked me to break up with my husband at the time. We were just dating. So I was dating Shannon and my husband at the same time.
Oh my God. Yo, so basically y'all both ain't shit. That's what we on. If we gonna keep this shit real, y'all both ain't shit. You was dating your husband and Shannon Sharpe at the same time? Y'all both ain't shit. Y'all both ain't shit. Like what are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? I better not hear no moral shit about he's a bad person, he's this, that. So are you. Damn it. So are you. What are we talking about, man? Jeez. Yo, you can't be out here doing your dirt and then getting mad at somebody else for doing whatever they do. Like, bro, y'all both dirty as shit.
Shannon asked me to break up with my husband, and I don't recall for sure, but I think I did. And so, it's like, wait a minute, you want me to be with just you, but you want to move somebody into your house and not even tell me? So that's what it stemmed from. He's not a faithful person, so I wasn't going to be faithful to a non-faithful person. It just doesn't work that way.
Can you tell us just broadly, I know it's probably painful to relive this situation, but can you tell us generally what happened that day?
It was fighting, and usually we fought on the phone and not in person. So it was the biggest argument that we ever got in. He was manhandling me beforehand, and he wanted to have sex, and I told him no. I told him no, because you gave it to somebody else. I didn't only tell him no, I told him why. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. So he overpowered me, put me to my knees, put his penis in my mouth.
Yo, I don't know if I believe it. I don't know if I don't or if I should. I don't know where to go with this one. I don't know. On one hand, I kind of believe what she's saying as far as the relationship and everything in between, them being together. I'm pretty sure that could be documented. Now, the accusations of him doing this specific act, I don't know, bruh. I don't know. And that's how I usually look at all these situations, because I look at these situations like, I don't fucking know Shannon. What the fuck? I don't know this. I don't know him. So I don't know what he would do behind closed doors. That's why I be looking at these celebs half the time. I be like, yo, I don't know whether I believe it or don't believe it. I don't know. Because I don't know y'all niggas, man. That's just what it all boils down to. I don't know y'all. So if I don't know y'all, I can't say what you would or wouldn't do. And I can't look at a situation like this and say, he ain't do that shit. That's why we need to separate ourselves from these celebrities, these sports figures. We don't know them. Now, is it a crazy story? Hell yeah. It's a crazy story right here. This ain't some shit that you could just definitively say it ain't happened, because this does happen in places. It just so happened that the story is being told that it happened to someone by a celebrity that you know. And I feel like people immediately be giving like celebrities the benefit of the doubt. Like, they ain't do that shit. And that's where it gets a little wild. But hey, I'm just saying.
And after he got enough of that, he put me on the bed.
Yeah, she's shaking as she telling this story. You could visibly see her shaking while she's telling this story.
Hardest. Yeah, this is too hard. I remember he got dressed and he knew what he did. And so, I just kind of escorted him out the door. I wasn't going to do anything about it. Sometimes when you're with the person for a long time, it's hard for you to realize that they're being the perpetrator, even though you know it, you don't want to admit it, and there's so much going through your mind. He started coming at me. If I tell anybody, he'll use everybody he knows to destroy me, which he basically has. And then he started making other threats against my life, threats, you know. He just was so worried that it would get out, and I wasn't going to do anything. But when he kept calling me at work, and when he kept just very aggressively behaving, and I could see it wasn't going to go away, and he said he was going to destroy me and he was going to kill me, and he told me he was watching me and all that, I just went and got a protective order.
Yo, let me find out Shannon Sharpe a whole menace out here, bro. Following people, yo, let me find out Shannon a whole menace out here, following, making threats, like, yo, I'ma destroy you. Listen, I don't know, man. You know what the problem is? After I heard him say, I might choke you in public, that gave me a whole new look to look at Shannon. Like, bro, I get it, you want to talk crazy, but to be like, I might choke you in public. What the fuck does that mean, sir? What does that even mean? What are you gonna get out of that one? I don't know, man.
I'd had enough. Unfortunately, shortly after, he doxed me and my address got out, and I had somebody stop by my apartment, and somebody came up to my door and said, shut up, screamed it at the top of their lungs. And I had my daughter in there right there, and I was like, oh no. And so I went in and I dropped it. Someone came to my house, someone came to my apartment.
So after you rescinded the restraining order, was there any other weird stuff, or did it kind of just die down?
It died down. I tried to move on with my life. We may have talked, I think, once or twice.
Shannon circled back, yo. He's like, I want that old thing back. That's what happened. He circled back, bro.
You big dummy.
Always be motherfuckers doing the same thing, circling back, bro. You knew the dangers, but here you go making a U-turn, man. Never fails, never fails.
On television, he came to my job, Turner Broadcasting, went on TV at CNN, and it was my job to put the videos from up to YouTube for CNN. So I'm putting up this video, and here I see Shannon at my job talking about domestic violence, and the co-host mentioned that, oh, you had one that was just totally dropped, made it look like the police dropped it, you know, not that I had gone down and withdrawn it. It created a picture that wasn't accurate. That was a very hostile work environment.
I'm going to ask something that might be a little like sensitive or might sound insensitive, I should say. But I'm going to go ahead and ask it because it's a question that I'm sure people are wondering. Why didn't you file a police report when he raped you?
Because I was scared for my life. He said he would use it. Everybody he knows, and he knows lots of police officers. So I didn't know that if I went down there, that would be one of the people that he knows. You know, Atlanta has a problem with corruption down there, and I was too scared to go to the police.
I could see that. And I think people don't give these victims enough grace when it comes to stuff like that. Everybody keeps saying, why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that? I think in situations like that, people got to be very, very careful how they judge these people who don't initially go to police or go anywhere, because especially when you're dealing with somebody like a celebrity that's big like that, when these things say they can ruin your life, they can. We get annoyed for the most smallest things, for the most smallest invasions of privacy. Imagine a celebrity doing everything they can, using all their resources to make your fucking life a living hell. Plus you got kids. You know what I mean? So a lot of these people take this stuff into consideration. It's kind of like when you lose on whatever and you just say, you know, charge it to the game and you try to forget about it. Some of these victims do that. So I'm not really like a person that likes to push the whole like, why didn't you come forward when it happened? Because, I mean, at the time, man, who knows what was going through her mind if this actually happened? Who knows what was going through her mind, what she was thinking, where her mindset was at? She probably just wanted to suppress it and forget about it. And what comes with that, which is also a negative in that situation, is then when you do finally find it in yourself to make that decision to come forward, people looking at you like you got 5 heads, you know? And they're like, why didn't you come? It don't always work like that, man. And for me, I give people grace when it comes to that. You know, does it make the situation look strange? Yeah, because at the end of the day, there's people out there who mess it up for the people who are actually victims, because there's people out there who make up fucking stories. It just is what it is. And it sucks, but it is what it is.
When this happens, you're in a trauma mindset. You're not in a you know, every day you and I are talking here like, oh, okay, well, maybe I should do that. No, you're like fear for your life. You're traumatized. You're not thinking straight. You're having anxiety and panic attacks. Like, and I was worried that he would, get a hold of this police officer, and who knows what would happen. And so it was just a decision, and it's a decision a lot of rape victims make, to not go to the police. They always say the woman is crazy. To see him paint me the way that he did, first off, I'm not somebody crawling out of the woodwork to talk about my connection with him like he insinuated in his statement. I've been out. I've been suing him.
What's your message to his latest accuser, who's been doxing? What would you say to her if you can send a message to her?
I pray for you. I have been there. I've been dealing with this for 15 years, so I know what you're going through.
All right. Listen, man. Shannon Sharpe is in some deep shit, because I know people are gonna paint this as, the people are coming for him. This is a hunt. But at the end of the day, we gotta also understand that the other side of this is that this could be true. Either side could be what it is. It could be a hunt, it could be a lie, but then it could be true. And this lady is coming out after already filing her paperwork way back then. So, who knows what she's saying, if it's true or not. All we can do is sit back and watch everything unfold. But what we do know is this Shannon Sharpe is a freak, man. We not gonna let that slide, bro. You freaky ass, bro. Like, we really know. This 19-year-old shit is crazy. 20? She 20 now. Kind of do it to yourself, because at the end of the day, like I said, yes, is she legal? Yes. But does that mean that you should be doing this shit? No, bruh. That's the issue. You should not be doing it, because look what you get with shit like this. You get an immature woman who's gonna do whatever she needs to do to get hers, man. So if she was out there plotting to do this to you, you deserved it, bruh, because you let the shit happen because, listen, you wanted to follow your freaky ass thoughts, man. That's where it took you. But hey, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section, man. Look, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Violate that like button for your boy. It's your boy Goods, BigZoeTV. Let's go.
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it.